What's going on, Gifted Hands family? It is Elijah here, bringing you another lesson. And today we're going to be talking about how you can play in all 12 keys flawlessly, comfortably, and you can play the same passing chords, the same chord progressions. You can be comfortable playing similar movements in all 12 keys. All right, you just got to follow these 3 simple steps. So let's dive right into it. Step number 1 to play in all 12 keys is going to be you need to learn essential chords. You need to learn the fundamental chords in all 12 from all 12 root notes, right? So what am I talking about here? I'm talking about triads, right? If you don't know your triads, learn your major, minor, augmented, diminished triads, okay? Learn all of your triads in all 12 keys. You should be able to do, if you don't know diminished chords from all 12 root notes, go back and get comfortable with them. Same thing with even your augmented chords, okay? Even the funky stuff, minor, major, all that good stuff. Your 7th chords. So there's 5 different types of 7th chords that you should know in all 12 keys. You should know your major 7ths, minor 7ths, you should know dominant 7ths, half diminished, and fully diminished. You should be able to do that from all 12 bass notes, all 12 root notes. Major, minor, dominant, half diminished, fully diminished. Major, minor, dominant, half diminished, fully diminished, okay? You should be able to do that from all 12 bass notes. And then the same thing with like altered, major 9ths, minor 9ths, dominant 9ths, half diminished 9ths, and even a diminished extended chord. You should be able to play all of your extended chords and altered chords even. So maybe we got what are some altered chords? Sharp 5, sharp 9s, flat 9s, sharp 11 or the flat 5, right? Flat 9 with a 13. Get comfortable with all of your altered chords, my bad, not diminished chords, all your altered chords from all 12 bass notes, okay? So that's where you're gonna start. Step 1 is get your essential chords, get your chord vocabulary right from all 12 bass notes, okay? After you got that, step number 2 is going to be to learn essential chord progressions in all 12 keys. So there's stuff that I say on this channel over and over and over and over and over again that I will never stop saying to the day that I die, right? And that's going to be stuff like learn chord progressions, learn the most popular, the most common progressions that you'll hear in every song in all 12 keys. So what are those exactly? The diatonic chord progression is something that we teach in our academy, in all of our masterclasses. You got to learn the diatonic progression. All that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1. It takes your 7 diatonic chords and you play it all the way through 1 through 7, 7 back down to 1, and you should be able to do that in all 12 keys. Okay, so that's our diatonic progression. That's one exercise you got to learn in all 12 keys. Second progression is cyclical progression, so the cycle of fifths, right? And that's gonna be 2, 5, 1, 4, 7, 3, 6. And then we're gonna invert the harmony and we're gonna do 6, 2, 5, 1, 4, 7, 3, 6. All right, so that's a cyclical progression, cycle of fifths progression. And then one other, or actually, I guess technically like 2 different progressions, but 2-5-1s. 2-5-1s are super important, and there's so much built when it comes to just songs, as well as passing progressions and passing movements from the 2-5-1s. So you want to know 2-5-1, major 2-5-1s, and minor 2-5-1s, all 12 keys. Right? Major 2-5-1 and minor 2-5-1. This is all 12. E flat. Let's go. 2, 5, 1, 2, 5, 1. That's an E flat minor. Okay? So you should be able to do that through all 12 keys, and it doesn't necessarily need to be with those chord voicings I'm using. Like that was just with some rootless chord voicing and extended. Start off in just root position. So if you're getting comfortable with 2-5-1s, let's do it in, let's do something different. Hey, let's go in. Start off 2, 5, 1 with just like basic 7th chords, right? And here's my minor 2, 5, 1. 2, 5, oops, 1, 2, 5. I'll just play it basic. 2, 5, 1. That's a minor 2, 5, 1, right? So just play it the basic way, and then you can start adding extensions and alterations and different chord voicings and things of that nature. All right. But if you want like just a walkthrough of these chord progressions, I suggest you check out our masterclasses or my Gifted Hands Academy, where I break down the diatonic exercise, I break down the cycle of fifths, and I break down exactly how to play 2, 5, 1s, major and minor. I talk about the theory behind it, how to apply it to different situations, chord voicings you can use, all of that. Check out the Gifted Hands Academy or the Gospel Keys Masterclass. Check out both of those. You really just sign up for both of them. All right. But that's way number 2. Step number 3 to play in all 12 keys is going to be to learn songs in all 12 keys. So take one song at a time. I want you to take one song at a time, and you're going to learn that song in all 12 keys. You may be wondering, hey, how do we do that? So when you learn songs using the number system, it's really easy to transfer it to multiple keys, right? Or transfer it to all your keys. So I'm going to take a song we just broke down in the Academy, or we're getting ready to break down in the Academy. It's Completely Yes. Right, old classic, kind of like gospel hymn. Sandra Crouch wrote it. So it goes like this. Yes, Lord. And I'm gonna play it a little different than the record. Yes, Lord. From the bottom of my heart to the depths of my soul. Yes, Lord. Completely yes. My soul says. And I'm going to D flat, right? So that song, at its basic, let's talk about it, is 1. Yes, Lord. And the way I'm playing it is a little different than the original, right? But I like to do a walk. 1, 2, 3. And then I like to do like a 4 minor to the 5, 1 over 5. So essentially what I got is, yes, Lord, 1, 2, 3, 4, from the bottom of my heart, 5. And that's 1 over 5. So one more time. Yes, Lord, 1, 2, 3, 1 over 3, 4 minor to the 1 over 5, from the bottom of my heart. And then we're gonna do 7, 3 to the depths of my soul, 5 minor, 1 dominant, flat 7 over 4 to the 4, okay? So if I can understand conceptually what are the numbers that make up this song, I mean numbers meaning the chords that make up this song, right? And I know, all right, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? 7, 3, 6. I can take that, and even though it may take time to get comfortable with the movements, I should be able to play that in all 12 keys. So let's move it up in half steps. We got D flat major. Yes, Lord. 1, 2. Yes, Lord. 4, 1 over 5. And 7, 3, 6. Then we said it was like a 5, 1, flat 7 to the 4. I can play it in this key just because I know the scale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And based off of the scale, I'm just trying to figure out the numbers, right? So that's in D flat. Let's go to D major now. We're gonna go through all 12 right now. 1, yes, Lord. 2, 3, or 1 over 3. That's minor 4, and I did a movement, but it's 4 minor chord, or 4 chord as a minor 6. From the bottom, 1 over 5, my heart. 3, 6. And then 5 minor, 1 dominant, and flat 7 to the 4. All right, so you want to get comfortable with that. Yes, Lord. That's it in D, right? And we can even add some passing chords and stuff at that point after you get comfortable with it. But let's keep it moving. E flat. Same progression, just different scale that we're using now. 1, yes Lord. So 2, right? 3, 4 minor. 1 over 5. All right, 1 over 5 from the bottom of my heart. And we did 7, 3, 6. So 7 in E flat, 3 in E flat, 6 in E flat. And we can keep going. 5 minor, we said. 1 dominant, flat 7 to the 4. All that good stuff. That's E flat. Keep it moving. E. Yes, Lord. 1, 2, or 1, 2, 1 over 3, 4 minor. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 over 5, right? 7, 3, 6. Let's keep moving. 5 minor, 1 dominant, flat 7, 4. Keep it moving, so on and such forth to finish the song out. But that's an E major. F, let's keep going. Yes, Lord. 1, 2, 3, right? 1, yes, Lord. 2, yes, Lord. 4 minor. 1 over 5. 7. 3. 6. Passing chord. 5 minor. 1 dominant. And flat 7 to the 4. All right, so that's that in F major. And then let's keep going. F sharp. Yes, Lord. Oh, yes, Lord. 4 minor. 1 over 5. 7. 3. 6. 5 minor. 1 dominant, flat 7 over 4 to the 4. Same exact chord progression I'm playing in every single key, just using the scale of the key that we're in. So on and so forth, right? G major. I told you we're going through all 12. Yes, Lord. 1, 2, 3, 4 minor. 1 over 5. 7, 3, 6. Pass to the 5. 1. Flat 7, 4. What we didn't even do. Okay, so that's that progression in G. Let's keep it going. A flat. Yes, Lord. 2, 3, 4 minor. 1 over 5. 7, 3, 6, 2, getting a little crazy there, but same chord progression. 1, 2, 3, 4 minor, 1 over 5, 7, 3, 6. All right. 5 minor, 1, flat 7 to the 4. Same progression, right? Let's go to A. Yes, Lord. Yes, Lord. 1 over 3. 4 minor. 1 over 5. All right. Same progression, even in A. 1, yes, Lord. 2, 3, 4 minor. 1 over 5. 7, 3, 6. 5, 1. Flat 7 to the 4. All right, we got 2 more keys. B flat major. So yes, Lord. 1, 2. Yes, Lord. 4 minor. 1 over 5. 3. 6. 7, 3, 6. Passing chord. 5 minor. 1 dominant. Flat 7 to the 4. That's in B, flat. Let's go to B. 1, yes, Lord. 2, 1 over 3. That was minor 4 to the 5, or 1 over 5. On the bottom of my 3 to the depths. 2 as a pass. 5 minor. 1 dominant. Flat 7 to the 4. And then so on and so forth. Right? All that good stuff. So that's playing a song in all 12 keys. And we just took, 10 minutes to go through it. And I didn't even play through the whole song, right? So I'm saying that to tell you that this third step is going to take time. It's probably going to take the most time. Actually, they all could take a good little while. But you're going to have to put in, I think the first time I took a song and played it in all 12 keys, it probably took me like 2 months. 2 months of consistently practicing the same song to get comfortable with playing it in all 12 keys. So this is not something I'm saying like you should do it in a day. I mean, sure, yeah, you're probably way more talented than me though, and you might be able to go through this stuff quicker than 2 months. But for me, it took a long time. It took a while. I think Total Praise was like one of the first songs I learned in all 12 keys, and that song has some movements in it, right? And I was practicing trying to add chord changes, and I was trying to add reharms and passing progressions, all that type of stuff in it. So something like this, if you're just starting out doing it, it's going to take time for you to get comfortable with playing chord progressions, playing chord voicings in all 12 keys, right? But I'm telling you, it's so worth it when you sit down and say, hey, I don't care how long this is going to take me, I'm going to complete this thing. And once you do one song in all 12 keys and you realize it's possible, no matter how long it takes, like I said, I don't care if it takes you 6 months, do it. Spend the time, sit down on your instrument, and take the challenge of learning one song in all 12 keys. It's gonna be life-changing. And then when you get songs that you really love, or the way I do it is when there's songs that I feel like are really crucial to gospel harmony, so they have gospel movements, they have walk-ups, they have passing progressions, or certain chord voicings that I would like to use consistently in my playing. I'm like, okay, that's a song that I need to learn in all 12 keys. So like hymns. Hymns is one of them is the types of songs that I would learn in all 12 keys. Why? Because everybody sings hymns. Everybody sings congregational songs, even congregational tunes as well. And those are the types of songs where you never know what key somebody's gonna start singing in, right? So that type of stuff you want to have learned in all 12 keys. Now, if it's like a Ty Tribbett song or a James Fortune song or an Israel song, I wouldn't necessarily learn those in all 12 keys because most of the time people are gonna do those in the original or like a couple steps, half step, a whole step, maybe a minor third at most away from the original key. So with songs, with records, I'm not gonna necessarily learn those in all 12 keys unless it's just a really dope record, right? But I really urge you, hey, I'm challenging you. Learn songs in all 12 keys. Learn one song. Just start off with one song. You ain't gotta learn your whole repertoire in all 12, just one song. And it's gonna make a difference in your playing. Cool? All right, that's all I got for you today. Hope you got something from this lesson. I hope you enjoyed it. And I will see you in the very next one. Peace out, yo.